Good morning, everybody, and welcome to day 11. It is just past 7 a.m. and we just got a pretty great night's sleep. Woke up feeling like, I didn't know what time it was or where I was, which is a little jarring when you wake up in the back of your car at 5 a.m., hundreds of miles from home. But anyways, we're only about 30 miles outside of Washington, D.C., and apparently the parking situation will be a little better today. It's Sunday. Many of the meters will be free. So I'm not really in too much of a rush. I'm gonna go brush my teeth, put my contacts in, and then I'll start heading over once I'm good and ready. Feeling very patriotic today. What's up, guys? It is 9 a.m. and we are in Washington, D.C. The first thing I went to was the Washington Monument Visitor Center to try and get tickets, but when I was like 10th from the front of the line, they said they ran out. So guess we're not gonna be going in the Washington Monument, but still gonna be able to check out all the other cool stuff around here. So
because Donald Trump needs some red meat to throw to his base while the scandal erupts and becomes worse than he could have ever imagined.
Well, I've been wandering around for almost half the day now, and definitely a lot of cool, sculptures, memorials, places to check out. But the centerpiece, definitely the Washington Monument. It is now 2 p.m. and I'm in the sculpture garden in front of the National Archives. I just hit up the American History Museum and then the Natural History Museum both very cool museums. What I really wanted to see was the Air and Space Museum, and it's free, but you have to reserve in advance, and all the tickets were gone. So if anyone's thinking of doing a trip to Washington D.C., it's definitely worth it to reserve in advance. The Washington Monument too, I think it's only $1. You can reserve online in advance, so definitely worth it. But yeah, still plenty of cool stuff to see around. What's up, guys? It's about 3:45 now, and we're just taking a break, feeling the breeze at the National Mall. I just went through the National Gallery of Art. It's another free museum that you don't really need to reserve ahead of time, which is good. There's also a lot of places that are closed on Sundays, unfortunately, but still a lot of cool things to see. I think the coolest part of the art gallery was just the building's architecture itself, but definitely a lot of cool exhibitions. The coolest part of the other galleries, I think the American History Gallery, seeing the actual Star Spangled Banner that the song was written for was really cool. The Natural History Museum, I just think like the gemstone collection, all the minerals they have is just super awesome. But yeah. Well guys, it's about 5:30 p.m. and my hat's falling apart and so are my legs. So I think it's time we head on out of here. I had a pretty good time, but now we're heading on to Maryland and then maybe Delaware for tonight. Alright guys, 8:30 p.m. and we just made it to the Biden, Delaware rest stop. And it's funny, I was about to say I don't know anyone from Delaware or anyone who even had anything involved with Delaware, but Joe Biden, there you go. So I guess I went from one president's place to the next. Anyways, so not very much driving today at all. Didn't spend any money on gas, and it was difficult to avoid the tolls, but we managed to. Also didn't spend any money on food, even though our food supplies are running a bit low. So I guess that's a big fat 0 for our DC day. We don't have much driving to do tomorrow either. We're gonna be seeing a friend in New Jersey, and then day after that, we're gonna be going home.